Well, thank you very, very much, Lyle, and can I start by thanking you all for joining us here this evening and for your commitment to a cause that is so fundamental to all of us. Can I acknowledge my state and federal colleagues who have joined us here today, faith leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Australia is a wonderfully diverse nation of many different peoples, cultures, perspectives and faiths. And I am proud that we are a diverse, pluralistic society that celebrates difference. Since 1945, we have welcomed 7.5 million migrants to Australia. We have grown to a population of over 24 million people, with half of us either born overseas or have at least one parent born overseas. A quarter of us speak a language other than English at home, and indeed some people don't speak English at all. We come from over 300 different backgrounds, and we speak over 300 different languages, including Indigenous languages. The 2016 census indicates we remain a religiously diverse nation, with Christianity the most common religion at 52%, followed by Islam at 2.6% and Buddhism 2.4%. We have over 500 ethnic media outlets. All of this reflects the rich and changing social, religious and cultural fabric that is contemporary Australia today. And whilst times have changed from when my parents came here, the aspiration of our migrants remains the same: to work hard and build a better life for themselves and their families. Importantly, we must understand that values that come with this cultural diversity. Migrants have come from the four corners of the globe, bringing with them a fierce determination to succeed, but also a set of values and beliefs based on family, faith and hard work. Hard work, self-reliance, respect, but above all, a respect for the traditional family unit as the cornerstone, which has become the cornerstone of success for so many migrant families. Call it traditional values, call it conservative values. They are the building blocks upon which millions and millions of migrants in this country have built their successful story. And for me, they are the values that shaped my upbringing as I was growing up in working class Wollongong. Those who seek to dismiss these values and beliefs in contemporary Australia fail to take into account the influences of that diversity. Difference is not discrimination. There is no discrimination of LGBTI people in Australia since bipartisan support delivered full equal rights in 2008. I sat in the Senate as the Howard government legislated equal rights across many different areas for coexisting relationships. I believe marriage is between a man and a woman, two different genders coming together in one unique union. This is what it has been for every culture, every ethnicity, every faith, in every corner of the world for thousands and thousands of years. Indeed, Article 23 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights clearly states the family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society and is entitled to protection by society and the state. It also clearly states that it is the rights of men and women of marriageable age to marry and to found a family, and that those rights shall be recognised. Now, same-sex marriage is not a national priority. For millions of migrants, they hail from traditions and cultures where the family and marriage between a man and a woman has been the bedrock institution upon which that heritage has been founded for millennia. Many Australians of different heritages and faiths strongly believe this, and they want it to continue. They are concerned about the consequences of changing marriage, and rightly so. Many have a legitimate concern that their culture, which has focused on the family, is going to change if marriage is redefined. Their concerns centre on the rights of parents to raise their children and have them taught in schools consistent with their own culture and their own religion. Their concerns centre on their freedom to think and speak their own cultural and personal views. Their concerns also centre on their faith, with many different faiths practiced among Australia's diverse communities, and their right to practice their faith fully and freely. I have lived my life across the diversity that is today contemporary Australia. I know these concerns are now the subject of many conversations in many households nationwide. Many of them will choose to vote no, and to them I say it's okay to vote no. In June 2015, over 40 leading faith leaders wrote to then Prime Minister Abbott expressing their concerns and vowing to preserve marriage between a man and a woman. Many of those leaders have connections across the political divide. I would urge those leaders to ignore any pressure that may be put on them by those pushing for a yes vote and stay true to yourselves and to the communities you represent and advocate a no vote. Those people advocating change to marriage also tried to suggest Australia is out of step in our current definition. Far from it. Of the 193 countries of the United Nations, only 24 have redefined marriage. The proponents of same-sex marriage also refer to polling with the arrogant assumption that a majority of Australians favour a change. I doubt, ladies and gentlemen, that such polling captures the view of the silent majority of culturally and religiously diverse community members, especially the older ones, who are very likely to take heed of the advocacy of their religious leaders rather than their local politician or answer a phone call from a pollster, even if they got one. They are an integral part of the silent majority in Australia, and I urge you to ensure your voices are heard loud and clear by voting no. We are a unique, diverse and beautiful blend of people and cultures. As I said, we are one of the most culturally diverse yet socially cohesive nations on earth. Let us keep this diversity, this tolerant and pluralistic Australian community, one where freedoms are strong and stable and people can maintain and flourish in their culture while embracing this wonderful country. But above all, where they can practice their faith and where they can raise their family according to long-held convictions, beliefs and culture. This is what makes us one of the most uniquely multicultural societies in the world. And can I say to you, I am so proud to stand with you and with millions of my fellow Australians who will be voting no. Thank you.